Welcome to this M7 electric multiple unit in Long Island Railroad livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the startup, stopping, and passenger door operations. A lot of time will be spent in the engineer's seat, so climb aboard to get started. The master key is used to activate the control desk. The reverser. This unit has a combined throttle brake handle, which... Before powering up the unit, the brakes need to be charged to a safe level. Lights are important to let others around know that this unit is active. To unlock the doors, a key must be inserted. Increase the master controller to start moving. Be careful not to apply too much power too quickly, otherwise you might damage the couplings or upset the passengers. Coasting is a method used. We will be stopping at Country Life Press a little further up the line and performing another passenger loading procedure. We're on our final approach to Country Life Press and need to start applying a small amount of brake force to perform a... Good work! Like before, open the doors to allow passenger boarding to commence. Now, take what you've learned and put it into practice. Complete the next stop at Garden City on your own. Good work. That's the basics covered. A manual can also be obtained that provides more detail about the full functionality of this train.
Well, that's the tutorial part of the introduction part of it, of this fun too, done. Let's go into service mode. I was expecting that tutorial to have classic controls. I'll get onto that when we get into what we are doing. Another thing to also put out with this is on both console, Xbox, of course PlayStation, which I'm on, and PC, and both Steam and Epic, is both M3 and M7 have this. You'll notice there's 28 services. They both say that. I'll do the M3 at someone. You will notice it's like I said, it says 27. But you also see the icon bit down there, which is usually for liveries, which you make. Nonetheless, even though these are in a livery designer, they won't show up on here, sadly. If I go into it, you've got the 10, 6, and 8. Don't ask why they're not in order. But you've got different services on each, because of course, 10 car ain't going to go to where 6 car can go. So, I think I'll go with let's do a full 10 coach, why not? A bit of cloud on. And go in from Roanoke to run that from Roanoke up to New York. We won't do the full distance. That's for a certain point. So we're in. If I do do this first, we've got controls. We've got inversion, which is locked out, unfortunately. Can't change that in this menu, but we've got obviously all the controls there. You can pause it and read or take notes. There's the operation shift as well on foot as well. Back to go then camera. There's the HUD if no one knew what that was. Let me think. Can I change the controls to classic? There's all the classic controls as well. So it is obviously different as well. I do mean it's completely different. Different to what it was. Is. All that's different is that don't make menus. Always you've got to turn the key. Always got to put it into forward. What I'm going to do is do that. Because that door should be shut. Put the gauge lights on, which is back there only. Bring it back from emergency into max brake. Then press that. Or you can press a lovely R1 for that. And it does say 90, but just do it the full way until it stops. Then you can walk over like I did in the tutorial, or just do that. I will want that door up though. That will not. Right, for the safety systems, the first screen that will have them is up here, which is the alerter, access, which ACSES, which is not on this group, so it's why it's not available, and you got the ACT, which I turn on, and that is what the ACT is. It will get all annoyed with you if you go over the limit. It will start shouting at you. It's the best saying about that. If I started at Jamaica, you would have known what I mean by that. But yeah, let me just turn all that off, like I did on the Bakerloo line for the 72 stock, and not much that. Apply that so it's filled up there. That window does open, but I can't get it from there, can I? Because I won't stand up, because I do remember. Look up it. There's a dead man's paddle one as well. You can plug in, which just goes down there. Means you can't get up and go over. Off we go from Roanoke. Long drains. Oh, it's one thing I never did. Yep, headlights on, and also marker lights off. There we go. And acknowledge that every time it drops, which is up there. Of course, there's the horn, which you did hear me, but yeah, it sounds weird, but it's now. Something I will have to straight for some. Go by whatever the lowest speed is if you're doing uplift, by the way. Don't do it to that always. As you can tell, it limits 40, and that says it's 80 at the moment, but it's now gone up to 80. Full power to it. That's the emergency brake valve. None of that really does anything. No need to use it, of course. No smoking, very important. Of course, we do have a blind. Go to the corner and drag it down. Then it can do whatever you want to do. There's the alert going off. Yeah, how wild this route really is sometimes. In general, this route. If I just let it do the emergency stop on me. Come on. There we go. That's how long it gives you, by the way, before it whams the brakes on. And potentially, we could get wheel lock. Which it doesn't look like it's going to do today. But if it's wet, you will get that shush alert. That will also wham the brake on if you don't enlarge. Bip, 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 bip. Right. To get out of that, press acknowledge to start with. See, right, now you're going to put all the way back into max brakes because it's obviously draining the brake pressure here, which is the brake pipe pressure, and the red's the cylinder. So watch that decrease. I'm good. In some sense, you can almost act like London Underground with this. I mean, it will slip if you full power unless it's chucking it down with rain. Just that. And yeah, they do actually blow the horns. I have seen videos of them doing it. So yeah. Also, it's collectible. You can do the route introduction if you want. I'm not going to press that since that technically just showed you the emergency brakes. I won't go any further. Shut up. There's Jamaica. I won't go all the way to Jamaica because that's all the way over here. Right down to here. Where the limit goes all the way down to 15 on that, and you have to be doing 15. Eyes, like it proved, you will be going stop for nothing. To be true, these are actually quite simple to drive. It's when you start getting to the point when you get the trains with locos with obviously one for one throttle, one for brake along that, and then of course the class 101 with the gears. And also the fun of the brake on that one, since it's a lap brake. And that's the same with the BR363 as well, with the lap brake on that. Just to put out that I have not got all the DLC. There's the wiper. This is quiet. I've never used the wiper before. There's low speed. There's high speed. Intermittent. I don't know how many times that goes. Then intermittent 2. Shush. And then intermittent 1, which goes every so often. I'm not 100% certain on signals, so they go by the HUD on this if you know, unless you know obviously what they do mean, what each signal mean. Because I don't. I'm not 100% on at least this route. Because it's like it proves that you just get a string of yellow lights on there, but not on the HUD. And also there's signals up the line which you won't see. It's to do with this here. This is the signalling system. The other one which you see actually is on Boston Sprinter. Shush. Slowly coming up to our stop now. I never know when the break point is for these, by the way. They pretty much, I will always brake around now. Because I never know the breaking point is of them. These, and at least you can get a very fine tool adjustment on these. And their brakes aren't the best for being a metro style drone. For being a sub, this would be this is a subway in that sense, or metro based form. Release them slightly, a bit more on, a bit more on, and release. And we're there. And somehow I'm on time. Well, of course, a couple months ago, they had this onto the screw. So I've actually got working PSI boards on this, but they're not on here yet. Once again, I don't work for Dovetail, or I'm not even an ambassador for them. So I'm only doing this out of my true heart. So I think it's about time when watch this train depart, and I will pretty much just let this run. Probably put one emergency brakes on at some point. I will probably do one more video for this today, and then probably do I don't know what afterwards. Let's go all the way down here. Of course, they added transport one as well, but this was a preserved fruit from the preserved collection from original PS 2020, PSW 2020. I mean, of course, this is now PSW 2. So yeah, off it goes. Tell me if the sounds are real, because I don't know. So I hope you enjoyed this one, so don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hope you'll have an awesome day, and goodbye.